significance of the importance of cattle ranching in this neighborhood at one time. Old cattle loading route down by the railway, long event. This is a big patch of stagnant ice rain in through here. And looking westward down Township Road 280 this Sunday morning about 8 o'clock, July 19th, 2015, and this is Bladworth, Saskatchewan. The railway we saw was the famous Capel Long Lake and Saskatchewan Railway, built under contract by Canadian Pacific from their main line in Regina to Prince Albert on the North Saskatchewan River, 246.8 miles completed in 1890. And downtown Bladworth, looking almost due northwest up Front Street. Of course, CPR laid the townside out perpendicular to its tracks. And I'm thinking that's the old Saskatchewan Wheat Pool hay elevator, which was closed in 1994, built in 1917 by Saskatchewan Cooperative Elevator Company. By 1911, two others were standing right along here, British American, Western Elevator Company. What's that?
Goats.
Huh. In 1912, Canadian Elevator Company joined them. Then two more, and the last one to go up was Western Grain in 1928. The old British American elevator lasted until 1998 when it was closed down by Pioneer. Now, though Canadian Pacific built this rail line, they lost control of the lease in July of 1906. It was won by Canadian Northern Company, which was nationalized on August the 1st, 1917, to become part of Canadian National Railways. CN still runs this stretch down from Saskatoon as far as Davidson, and south from there it's Last Mountain Railway territory since 2009. This is 3rd Street, Main Street. Well, I'm not sure you could get a coffee in Barclays this Sunday morning. Nice wide street. And sidewalk. Holy mackerel. There was big fires here in 1933 and 1941. This is all that's left of the central business district. They say half the population fled during the 30s. The peak population occurred in 1926 with 215. It's down to 60 come 2011. C.G. Northcott established the Bladworth Post Office on November the 1st, 1904, naming it after Richard Bladworth Angus, the general manager of the Bank of Montreal from 1869 till he became its president in 1910. He also sat on the CPR Executive Committee since 1881. He was vice president of the St. Paul, Minneapolis and Manitoba Railway. Bladworth incorporated itself as a village on July 19th, 1906, and remains so. A manure spreader. C.R. Wilson talking to the dog. Of course, Bladworth wouldn't have existed at all if it wasn't for the efforts of Colonel Andrew Duncan Davidson, who in 1902 organized the Saskatchewan Valley Land Company in Minneapolis, acquired 1 million acres of land from the railway and from the Canadian government, and began to actively promote it to second-generation farmers in the northern United States and eastern Canada. Some of them had experience with dry land farming. The offer was taken up right smartly. The trickle of settlers in 1902 turned into a veritable torrent come 1903 and beyond. There was 50,000 families established on a tract of land between Chamberlain and Dundurn on either side of the railway come 1920. Very successful venture. The edifice there was built by John Frederick Johnson around 1911. He'd come to this territory with money to begin farming. He was very successful. Owned a hardware and lumber yard in town. Developed a chain of general stores eventually. He was the long-standing member of parliament for this area from 1917 through 1940 in two stints, and was a senator from 1943 to 1948. The community hall, the concession, that looks hopeful. Maybe on another day. Backstop, good condition. Needs to have some sheep turned loose on it though for a while. I'm not going to find any breakfast here, but some northern flickers are eating ants. Tasty. The village's first school opened in 1906, and its successor was closed in the 1970s, sending the kids down to Davidson to school, I imagine. I don't think there ever was a church in town. The Emmanuel Lutheran Church congregation was organized in 1915, but they used Pebble Beach School and later on Prairie College School southwest of town 6 miles to meet in, until they disbanded in 1958. The CPR never did build a station at Bladworth, leaving it to the Canadian Northern to erect a third-class station in 1908 at mile 98.4 from Regina. It was demolished in 1977 after years of neglect at Bladworth, Saskatchewan.